Devin.
Hello, denizens of the Empire of the Undying. I know it has been a hard few centuries here in the Empire. That is why I, Representative Pukat de Kaus, have come to address you all. The council does still rest, but the awakening will soon be upon us. New visitors have come to our shores. Their hearts are full of hatred, and their blades are thirsty for blood. Our scouts say that these individuals, these vessels, have begun to move to the east, approaching the deepest reaches of our empire. Now, the soul network has been damaged over the years, and most of our westernmost settlements have been lost to the ravages of time. But new people die every day, and those vessels will be carried to the council. You do not know it now, but by joining with the Undying, you become of something greater. Long after your physical and incorporeal vessels are used up and returned to the ether, what you have built with your sacrifice will endure forever. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Last Light.
That's a totally normal intro that we do every time.
No, that's just how the show usually starts.
Every time.
Not foreboding in the least bit.
It's so boding, really.
Yeah,
I wouldn't read into it so much.
So boded.
You're so boded. Begin pre-boating procedure. Okay.
Post-boating.
Post-boating. Welcome to Last Light, everybody. I'm your benevolent dungeon master, Puck. I am joined today by these intrepid explorers, which I will now introduce in no particular order. A fine vessel comes with 3 for 1. We have Trafer Grok.
I mean, I don't know what they're trying to do with it, but I only got one body. That's what they're talking about.
Another fine vessel coming with a companion vessel. We have Merrick.
Hey, yeah, how's it going? What does he mean by vessel? Like those were, if we can choose, can I identify as a wagon?
This is a submarine. No, okay.
Or a bubble helicopter, at least. You know, one of those ones where if it leans too far out, you just fall straight out?
Yeah.
Nightmare fuel.
I was in an airplane once for like a Father's Day thing, and the door flew open while we were taking the tour above the city, and they're like, "Oh, we'll latch, we'll come in." Anyways,
I think that might have been because your wife was trying to kick you out.
Also joining us, another fine vessel with perhaps dark hidden intentions. Dulcinea joining us.
It's just try me. I'm gonna win.
And a fine vessel connected to a being of great power. We have V.
Oh, no, you can't afford my services.
We have an extensive volunteer program. Now then, when last we left our heroes, they were journeying as part of a contest, searching for the passage to the east that would find the eastern coast of this new continent known as the Treasured Expanse. Their journey has led them to encounter a variety of eccentric politicians, unusual creatures, and various simple settlers and bandits throughout the area. They have finally left all semblance of civilization behind and traveled deep into the unexplored reaches of this land, an area known as the Unknown Expanse. In this place, during a thick and cold winter storm, they found a cavern. This cavern turned out to be the remains of an ancient and powerful dragon. Inside, they found further remains, a damaged iron golem with a wealth of information to share about the region, seemingly from a time long forgotten. The golem did share its purpose as a protector, and that it was a servant of a group known as the Undying Council. It also supplied a map, because Dulcinea asked for a map.
Like somebody should have.
That's why you're in charge.
And upon a night of rest and speaking with this creature, when you awaken the next day, you find it motionless and the void of life.
Did we get 8 hours of rest?
Absolutely. What you in this safe, perfect environment, you got your 8 hours of rest.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
I will retrieve my axe that I had handed to it the night before. It was like powering it or whatever. Do I still feel warm?
Not as warm as before.
Huh. Yeah, I think it kind of like took some of the juice out of the stone here, V. But it also mentioned. Were you there for that when it said it was like soul of a fire elemental in there?
Yeah, I think I heard that. So do you wonder if they're all fire elemental souls or just that one? I know there was something that was keen to take over Frederick when I embedded it in his hilt.
Oh. That a problem?
Yeah, Frederick seemed worried, and the new guy seemed creepy, so I just put it in this jar instead of... Yeah, I put a different one in your axe. I didn't want to saddle you with that. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of struggling with the ethics of the situation. Like, is there a way to pull these souls out of there and like release them back to their plane or whatever?
I think it might be possible. We might need a nurse medium, so I'm not sure if it's something we can do here, but if we hold on to them, we might be able to. Assuming we survive and make it back to the mainland.
Yeah.
If we're worried about ethics.
Yeah. And then Trafer, we had the automaton digging a hole. Did it? What kind of a hole did it accomplish?
You've seen better holes. It's adequate.
All right.
Again, it dealt as good of a hole as it could with its superior strength, laying on its back with one arm.
Yeah, as long as it'll serve its purpose. Place the fallen soldier in there to rest and cover it back up. And he'll just quietly say a few words in Orcish.
All right. With that complete, when the morning rises, the storm breaks. And small rays of sunlight come in from the toothy maw that is the entrance of this cave piercing small holes in the snowy barricade that was made through the night.
Have you pulled the cart in, Merrick, or is it out there somewhere?
We put it on the exterior of where the mouth was, and then built an igloo around the outside of it, like a brace.
All right. So yeah, I guess first thing is digging it out from the front. We can move along.
All right. Takes a bit of effort. The morning is quite nice. It's only 14 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 10 Celsius. So, a little bit of a chill in the breeze, but not so much that it numbs your bones to do the work. And shoveling snow and trying to move the cart warms your bodies up quite quickly.
How big is the head of the golem?
It is about the size of a very large helmet.
Okay.
It's a little bit bigger than bucket sized.
Hey V, you think you can pop that thing off? Like, well, do you think it stores like its information, like its memories in its head?
One way to find out.
Yeah. I mean, like, if we could, like, that's a wealth of knowledge about what happened here. And
Yeah,
Shay's like, oh yes, well, I don't want to disturb the artifacts, but
Yes.
it does seem the best way to secure and keep this knowledge safe.
Yes, certainly important that we would have to keep such a thing. I imagine it will need further study.
Yeah, I want to take off the head and then also see if I can get any idea from looking at the inside of the body and the head where its CPU is. And its memory.
Nice.
Okay. What skill would you say you employ the most in your tinkering, V?
Honestly, I think this is just good old-fashioned tinkering because that's the closest we got to an engineering check.
All right, give me a tinkering. I remember when dungeoneering was a thing and we used to use that a lot.
What I would give for... Oh, wait, tinkering is... I guess I'll just roll intelligence and add proficiency.
Give me an intelligence and add proficiency to it. We'll go with tinkering on this.
So we'll add 3 to that. So that would be a 25.
All right. With your 25, you're able to discern
Tinker.
that there appears to be a small arcane crystal located in the head of this creature that you assume acts as a kind of catalyst and holding for its general movements and that kind of thing. You've seen similar kind of things. So imagine as a tinkerer, this isn't your first golem.
Yeah.
So, like, certain golems require a kind of basic programming put into them. It's often set into some kind of permanent thing or a scroll or some kind of structure that's inserted in the golem. This appears to be that for this creature.
I will leave the crystal in the head and I'll just bring the whole helmet because that seems like a pretty good way to keep this crystal protected.
Very well.
And yeah, that's going in the cart.
In the cart it goes. All right. Does anyone want to get anything else from this enormous dragon skeleton before you guys depart back on your journey?
So Merrick's gonna, obviously with all the discussions towards, this being a dead dragon, I'm gonna pull out my dragon dagger, the one that I got from the bandits, back on that river raft.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see if it matches up with any of the teeth that are in this skull.
Absolutely.
I will tie a rope around the end, kind of like the arrowhead end of that spear. The spear of sadness there.
Yeah,
and
the spear of sadness.
Try to yank it out, just like up in.
You give me a strength athletics check on that, and while you're doing that, Merrick, as you compare your dagger appears to be a much smaller version of the teeth on this creature. Whereas these are, at their base, they're almost as wide as tree trunks. Whereas yours is at least large enough to hold the base as a handle. It's almost as though the dragons have gotten smaller, or this is a much younger dragon that you're using for a tooth.
I got it.
Okay.
10?
Okay. Pull and pull as you might. You manage to dislodge the shaft a bit, but you can't break off the tip.
Get it all the way out. Alright. Well, I'm not grabbing it. So guess we'll leave that behind.
Are there any scales from this dragon?
And there doesn't appear to be any trace. It's mostly just bone at the moment.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright.
Does the journey continue, friends?
I think we move along towards
Yeah.
sorrow.
Alright.
What was that?
Towards
Sacrifice and death?
Sacrifice
Towards
and death.
sorrow, sacrifice, and death. As you make your journey, the sun is high in the sky. You appear to be, fortunately, in a break of the dark clouds that seem to swirl around in all directions. And the endless white pours out ahead of you, sprawling hills rolling in all directions, with small patches of gray, black, and brown, where once green forests stood, but the leaves are long gone. As you travel along this, the small plow you have up front moves the snow off to the side, creating ridges on either side of you. Merrick, make a survival check or a nature check, please.
Yeah, I can do that. You know, I can definitely
I believe
do this thing.
You're gonna do it real good one of these times.
You've got it this time, bro.
Oh, I do! 23!
Yay!
23. You notice divots in the snow. And they're lined up. They're sequential. They're smooth and covered over, likely from the snow in the night. But it's the remnants of covered tracks, and there's a lot of them. A large group has moved through this trail.
I'll bring it to Dulcinea's attention as we come past it. Hey Dulcinea, check this out. Looks like some people have come through here. And does it look pretty recent? I mean, obviously with the snowfall from the blizzard last night.
The fact that you can still see the divots in the snow leads you to believe that it had to have been at least last night.
Yeah.
They were likely moving through the blizzard, and their tracks were recovered as they moved.
We knew we weren't the only people out here. Do we follow their trail, make a new one, try to cover our own tracks?
Look, if they're smart enough to cover their own tracks, they might actually be looking at setting up some sort of traps and ambushes. I think we just need to keep our eyes out, make sure that we don't get caught unawares.
Makes sense to me. If they were traveling in a blizzard, is there like any indication that they like lost anything or their travel stuff was damaged? Is there like any sign that anything else but tracks?
Oh, excellent question. Would you like to comb the area a little bit
I
as
would
you move
love
through?
to.
Very well. Give me a perception check, please.
Do you want to work roll 20? That is a 25.
All right. As you comb through it, you find sticking out next to a pair of footprints a discarded amulet The amulet, as you pull it out of the snow, still has some ice crusting to it, but it carries the insignia of the Saskatoon Royal Guard.
Well, I think we found where the prince is heading. And I'll show the others. And it matches that dead royal guard we found a little ways back.
And as you search, you find 3 more of the same amulet. Now, Dulcinea, you know this amulet is a clear signifier. It is given when you swear an oath to the imperial family of Saskatoon. There are certain implications with discarding it.
Yeah, I was gonna say 4 discarded amulets is not an accident.
No. This does give you a feeling that
Someone is picking off Royal Saskatoon guards.
They're
either
going
they're
rogue.
picking them off, or the guards are deciding that their
Discarding
oath
them.
doesn't matter so much out here.
Cool. I pocket 1 and I give the other 3 to Trafer V and Merrick in case we need them.
All right. As your journey continues, and you track this trail a bit longer, as you crest a hill at the bottom of the sloping bank on the other side, you see an unusual bronze-colored framework, slumping and partially covered in snow. The divoted tracks in the snow, these partially covered footprints, seem to circle around it. In fact, you can see where the snow is compressed in various large areas around this site. The land around it has been pushed out, as though something landed here, very hard and very heavy. But the snow has covered the ground, removing any signs of damage or fires. The framework is roughly 20 feet long, about 15 feet high. It appears to have at one point been a structure, but it looks as though it's been stripped.
I mean, is it the general shape of an airship?
It's kind of humanoid shaped. As you look at it from a distance, it almost looks a little bit like a skeleton without a skull. Made of brass and steel.
You want to take a closer look at that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
can I
For a
investigate that?
minute? Yeah.
You ever seen anything like that?
Have I?
Well, give me an investigation check, V.
Investigation. That is a 15.
Yeah, and actually, have I ever heard of this in the Reliquary Society?
Not something in the reliquary, but V, you've encountered this kind of structure, and in fact, you've seen these structures under construction in the Calagarn Empire. Mr. Degris Fahrenheit, the industrial seat of the Golden Satchel in the Calagarn Empire, has a habit of constructing most of his structures to look like giant versions of himself.
Humble.
Like enormous warforged constructs that kind of crouch down and form into buildings and factories. And his airship was no different.
This definitely came from Degris Fahrenheit's airship. You can tell because it's so gaudy.
Is this the ship, or is this the second thing that impacted?
I'd assume this would be the well, I guess I think this is the ship. I don't know what impacted what.
Can I smell anything like petrol or fuel or something non-natural? Like, just in the area?
Give me a perception check, dear Merrick. Let me tell you what you smell.
That is a 13.
As you approach this wreckage and sniff the air, it smells of rot. There's no
I'll whip
smell
out
of any fuel
my
or
rifle.
anything like you know, but it does smell as rot.
Hey, something don't smell right here.
I'll pull both my hand axes.
Hand on my sword.
Rapier.
I'm gonna step forward towards the wreckage and just kind of like, basically it's gone from like I'm gonna be investigating to like I'm securing the area. You know what I mean? Like
Oh, for sure.
I'm seeing if there's anyone or anything lurking about.
Merrick, the snow is almost waist high on you. Being a goblin, you are certainly, and you kick something as you start your patrol under the snow.
I use my rifle, the butt of my rifle, and try to poke it.
You hear clangs as though you're hitting against thin, pliable metal.
Ooh. I'll try to clear some of the snow and see what I can see.
You pull up a small mechanical arm. Goblin-sized, brass-colored. Kind of waves around.
I imagine Marek scavenges stuff, so I'm just gonna. This could be useful for something. Put it in just sling it into my backpack,
Of course.
and I'll keep searching around.
As you search around the north side of this wreckage framework, you see an enormous black shaft protruding from damaged sections of this framework. You can see where the metal struts were bent inward and torn in half, sheared, and it's in a large metal plate, and everything around it has been blown to pieces.
Does the metal look heated, warped, or does it look like it's sort of been smashed by like impact?
It looks smashed and corroded,
Corroded.
like the metal was disintegrating from the impact.
Oh, I hate everything about that. I'm gonna take a stick and sort of touch the corrosion.
Pieces of it crumble to dust as you poke at it.
Hey guys, watch your step here. There's this I don't know, the thing that brought this thing down. It's hungry and it eats, well, pretty much frickin' anything.
Should we just keep moving then? Do we even need to poke around here?
B just lifts off the ground a few feet.
Yeah, I mean, look, apparently there's some sort of defensive system on the whole continent or so. We don't know what it's capable of. Maybe shooting at big things in the sky is part of their defense against the good dragons. You know?
That would make a lot of sense.
Shay
I don't
says,
think we need to hang around here.
"V, perhaps you shouldn't fly so high in this area."
I'll like come down, so I'm just like if I'm basically at head height to everyone now. I think this will be
checks
okay. Yeah.
All right. Are we venturing forward?
Yes. We'll Marek will kind of like again just give it another like scout out around. Like he's got like the kind of he's got some like in gut problems. He's like something's wrong. Something's really kind of kind of out here for this, but he'll go back to the wagon.
All right. Guys, go back to the wagon and leave the wreckage behind. Plowing forward, creating those signature ruts of snow on either side of the cart as you move through the land. And as things dip into night, the wind rises once more. As the blowing snow kicks up around you, it becomes more and more difficult to see. As the sun fades, the temperature drops to negative 13 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 25. And with each blow of the wind, you can feel it biting at your skin, permeating even the thick walls of the cart, causing chill breezes to blow through everywhere and everyone. Visibility is low, and you can feel these harsh winds ripping at you. Merrick, as the cart driver, ahead you can see a slope next to what appears to be a high, kind of rocky wall that might provide some shelter from the blowing winds.
I was gonna say, how close to the mark are we currently?
I'm pretty close on, and it's more or less in your path. It'd be a slight diversion from the road, but it would certainly get you out of these harsh winds.
Yeah, I think getting out of the... I mean, I imagine for Marek, getting out of the winds and waiting it out is better than trying to push on to get to the mark.
Oh, for sure. Even
Yeah.
with your knowledge of the area, this would be hard to even start a fire in this current condition. Like, you're better off to get somewhere you can get out of this.
Yep. Okay, cool. So Marek will tell the others, hey, we're gonna be setting up a break stop for a minute. There's some clear area over here. I'll pull us up to the side.
Yeah, and as he points it out, we got lucky with one rest stop already. We just need to stay warm and keep moving, and we'll be back home and nice and safe and warm in no time. And I cast motivational speech and talk for a minute. So everybody gets 5 temporary hit points and some bonuses in case we get in a fight in the next chunk of time.
Always on the spot with that motivational speech.
Look, it's helpful and it's good. I like temporary hit points and advantages in a fight.
I mean, those are all good things.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you guys descend into the chasm, and you can actually see that there are walls on both sides, which fortuitous, provide plenty of shelter. But as the torchlights of your carts illuminate the snow, you find some scattered bedrolls and red stains on the snow near the mouth of this small canyon.
Do the bedrolls look like bedrolls? Do they look like this? Somebody rolled up in there.
They look like bedrolls. They look tattered and torn apart a bit. And in fact, allow me to take you to the scene.
Always bodes well when there's a map with it.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. Not suspicious at all. Oh no, this doesn't look bad at all, Puck.
So normal, actually.
So normal.
All right,
so
guys,
safe.
we're gonna be pressing on. This is definitely more dangerous than the wind. All right, back in the wagon. Here we go.
I disagree. I think these bedrolls just did that. We can just sleep here. No one take watches.
These people probably melted from how warm and comfortable they were.
Oh, right. Death by comfort. That's definitely how these guys went.
My big axe is out.
All right.
A tiny needle is also out.
Okay. Let's approach cautiously, carefully, and keep our eyes open. As I step forward, I'm gonna search for traps.
All right.
And I'd like to cast. Wait, maybe not. Let me measure some shit and then see if I cast this. No, not yet.
I'm
Nor what I just
falling
said.
close behind Merrick, like so close to the point where if something popped out, I could reach over him.
All right.
Trafer, I swear to God, if you step on my shoe one more time, I'm gonna slap you.
I'm sorry, man. I'm just.
It's fine.
Whatever your
It's
steps
just-
is good, so, you know.
You have bigger steps than I do, that's all.
I refuse to die because of this.
Okay.
All right.
Searching for traps.
You do not detect any traps.
Very well. I'm gonna move forward up to about here as I search for traps.
You
Yeah, I'm
do
gonna
not-
stay like 10 feet behind Traver.
I will stay right next to Dulcinea.
Shay will stay close to Dulcinea as well. You do not find any traps, Merrick. But I would ask you to make a perception check for me.
Very well. That is a 15.
Caked in the blood next to this bedroll that has merged with the snow, there is a tuft of white fur. Thick and matted.
I'm gonna pick up the fur. I'm gonna give it a good smell. Does it smell like wolf?
No. Worse
Damn it.
than that.
Ugh.
It smells like Yeti.
I almost asked that and was like, that's too stupid. It won't be a Yeti. Calm yourself, Arcady.
I imagine
that was a
that's
Yeti.
exactly what Dulcinea said though. Like it's not
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I thought.
Yeti.
No
Merrick
way.
just
It's
turns
actually
around.
Yeti.
Yeah, no, okay, so
You hear the sounds of rocks breaking in the distance, echoing out in the darkness of night.
okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, this is a Yeti cave.
Oh. Alright, so we're gonna go. We're gonna go, right?
Look, we can't go in the weather like this. And we can't expect to be quiet here and hope it doesn't wander into us. I think if we're gonna get through this, we're gonna have to go over this obstacle. We're gonna have to find it, put it down. But couple of things you should know about Yetis. Firstly, besides them being like freaking gorillas with enlarged person cast on it, right? Yetis also have kind of like troops. They don't necessarily always work alone. So just keep your eyes, like kind of open around. If there's like too many tunnels, we may be in trouble. And if that's the case, the hunt's off and we're getting out of here one way or another. Capiche?
What if we just, like, stay put here, near the exit, right? Hear me out. And then we set up some sort of ambush or traps in case it comes out this way. And then if it doesn't, we can just go when the storm dies down.
I don't know. That's a great idea, Trafer. That is. I don't got anything on me that can trap a Yeti.
What if we trick it? I mean, we know what they smell like, and I can make us smell weird. And I prestidigitate a little bit of Yeti smell onto Merrick. I sniff the Yeti skin and mimic it on him. What if we just mask ourselves as his followers and hang out by the front of the cave?
So, I appreciate this.
You're welcome.
Now, I don't know how deep I want to go into this, so I want to point out to the players, to the audience, and to my GM, this is Marek bullshitting out of his ass, right?
Very well.
This is just, it may be true, it may not. These are kind of like rumors he's heard from like a million different hunters, right? There's no fact here. But he says, a lot of predators, when they see Yetis that they don't recognize of my height, generally speaking, the alpha tends to any potential, rivals that may come up.
What if it decides to raise you as its own instead?
I also don't want to be a baby Yeti. I had troubles with my real ma. I don't need a surrogate.
You know?
Look, I mean, look. Ultimately, I'm. Yeah, look. I mean, you guys know me. I ain't gonna, do something as stupid and dangerous as hunting a Yeti unless I thought it was the safest thing for us to do.
Alright. Yeah, no. Let's go on to Yeti. Sure.
So, even in the short distance you've traveled into this chasm, you can feel the land kind of sloping downward here. It gives you some relief from the blowing wind, and you can see the blowing snow and these kind of crystal shards of ice flying overhead as you duck down beneath here. This is some respite.
And okay, so Merc's gonna
You hear the sound of more breaking rocks.
goddamn.
Which direction? Out from the cave or in the cave?
Above, on either side of this canyon.
Yeah, so it's not an enclosed cave. It's a
Okay.
It's like open over top, but because you're below the line of the wind, you're like avoiding the oncoming.
yeah. We're in a tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it also might collapse on us now, so that's another mark for the pro movement.
There's also so Marek is which direction is the wind going inside the tunnel?
Well, it's not going inside the tunnel. It's going over top of you guys. So it's traveling north to south.
I'm asking more scent-wise.
Oh, more scent-wise? It kind of wafts down on occasion over top of you. You're not getting anything like coming directly at you.
Okay, cool.
You feel it carried on the wind the odd time the breezes kind of dip down to you.
All right. Cool. I'm gonna grab some of the blood in the snow.
All right.
And I'm gonna pat down a little bit. Get that kind of smell of rot. That kind of decayed, dried blood kind of thing smell mixed in with the Yeti.
All right. As you grasp into the snow, you grab onto something small and metal. Underneath
Is it another hand?
No.
Okay, I put.
It's a small compartment, wallet-sized, made out of tin. Polished.
Try to open it.
Once you flick it opens like a wallet, and there is a picture of a family inside.
Any cash?
No cash.
I'll sort of toss it into the snow. I don't feel like Mara could keep that. It's like,
Very well.
yep. I've got limited weight space. But it will encourage me to search a couple of the other areas where the bloodstains were.
Of course. That one you find 3 silver pieces amongst the bloodstained snow.
Sweet. I give 2 to Dulcinea.
Sorry, what did you get?
2 silver
I
pieces.
gave you 2 silver to settle the bet that we had the other day.
It was 1 gold.
Oh yeah.
That's just,
I'll let you know if I find it. I'll go to the next blood splat.
You reach in and you grasp a cold metal rod. And when you pull it up, it's a little over 5.5 feet long with a rounded spherical end. And the other end has a 3/4 circle on it with 4 square teeth carved into it. And as you get a closer look at it, it appears to be expanse steel.
Oh well, throw it away.
Trafer grabs it from wherever he throws it to.
Junk.
Does this look anything familiar about the design?
It looks like it fits into something. Like it's a part of a larger piece.
Oh, it's a 3/4. Okay. If nothing else, it's a giant chunk of expanse steel.
It
Shay,
is a
get
giant
look at
chunk of
this.
expanse steel. Oh my, that's a big piece of expanse steel. I'm going to be doing Shay impressions all night.
We found yet.
Yeah.
Can I see
Super
it
into
briefly?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm gonna ritual cast identify.
All right. Expanse steel rod.
Very, very detailed.
Very detailed.
Very helpful.
This is a rod.
It is a
looks
rod.
like. See the way these teeth are spaced out?
Can I
it's
look-
the gear.
Yeah, can I use my artificer brain to see if I can figure out my thought is that it's like some kind of key that you insert and then do something with.
Similar. Your artificer brain makes you think that it's like a lever or a crank lever. Like you'd put it in, lock it, and pull. Pull it out, lock it, and pull again.
Well, I guess we just hold on to it till we figure out what it goes into. I say as I'm holding this thing that is 2.5 times my body size.
And I'm just gonna make a thing to me. Okay.
I'm still
I
wafting prestidigitation Yeti smell. Specifically the tuft of fur that we found.
All right. Merrick, I need you to make a perception check.
You smell Dulcinea's Yeti.
That is an 8.
Awesome.
Wait, hold on. I have things now. All right, natural explorer. I'm particularly familiar. Traveling, surviving. I gain. I'm double proficient, so I actually get extra stuff. So I get 11.
Okay. You still don't see it.
Damn.
Trafer, Dulcinea, and Shay startled gasps as the thick white snow behind Merrick slowly rises up and a black-gray muzzle appears along with 2 long curled gray horns.
Act like a baby. It'll adopt you.
Come to life.
Pull out Scooby-Doo.
Shut up, Trafer. I'm trying to look at this blood pattern.
Leans over, takes a big sniff of Merrick.
Look, I told you, if you step on my shoe one more time, I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna. And at that point,
Hands wrap around Merrick's.
yeah, that's when
Merrick's
Merrick turns
shoulders.
around and he's like, "Oh."
And you are met with the grinning visage of an adult female Yeti, Merrick.
Hooray.
As she attempts to lift you up. Do you resist?
I think I'm in shock.
All right.
Yeah, no, I think Merrick tries to just stay still. You know what I mean? Like you don't want to move too quickly. I'm just, yep. Hold my breath.
So this Yeti picks up Merrick and cradles him gently in her big hairy arms.
What the hell? This is not happening.
I keep wafting the Yeti smell.
Like patting his head.
It's, you know when you pat a dog and their eyes like, it's kind of Merrick.
Yeah, it's just like that hard pet.
Does anybody have anything to offer it, like friendly, like food? You know, like beef jerky, or you got some like trail mix or something?
And it like
Yeah,
sits
rations.
cross-legged in the snow and starts to rock Merrick gently.
Somebody do something.
Can you like?
I'm gonna start trying to get around it.
Can you like communicate with it?
I look at Trey for like he's grown a third head. What the hell are you asking me?
I don't know.
Do I
Like,
speak Yeti?
Maybe you know how to talk to monsters. I don't know. I knew a guy who did that once.
To hell with it. I'm gonna try animal handling and see what I can do.
I have universal speech, and I'm seriously considering using it at the moment.
Animal handling doesn't work because it is a monstrosity.
Damn it.
Can he roll monstrosity handling?
Jeez, what do I know? I mean, what do I actually know about Yetis? Not rumors and stuff like that.
Very territorial. Not picky eaters. They enjoy living flesh.
Yep.
They camouflage spectacularly in snow. They have very keen senses of smell.
Okay.
Or actually, no, I go the other way. I keep near to Dulcinea because that seems to be working.
Does it notice the rest of us at all?
It seems so focused on Merrick at the moment.
Great. I would love to try and get on the other side of this thing behind this rock then.
All right.
You also watch as Marek's face just suddenly changes. It's like, and I use primal savagery to look a little bit more like a Yeti.
It seems so proud.
Keep on walking that Yeti stank.
I don't have an exit strategy for this.
Okay. I got nothing.
I have an idea, and it's a stupid idea, but it might be the best idea. I'm gonna use my universal speech. So for an hour, creatures can magically understand me regardless of what language I speak. And she is cradling Merrick, and
Yep.
I am a bard. So I would like to sing this Yeti and Merrick a lullaby.
Performance check, please.
Hell yeah. Can I give myself inspiration?
You sure may.
I'm gonna give myself inspiration. Okay, so it's a 1d8. It's a 17, and I am... no, I'm gonna hang on to the inspiration then. 17 seems pretty good.
All right. Dulcinea engages in the deepest, most heartfelt Yeti lullaby.
Mm-hmm. It's heartbreaking. It's beautiful.
And the Yeti starts to lean over and it lays on its back and puts its arms around Merrick, just snuggling him into its fur.
Maybe I'll
And
go to sleep.
rubs his head and starts to go to sleep.
Dee just kind of mouths to Dulcinea and Trafer.
I try to mime I don't know while still singing.
Meat just waddles over and snuggles up and goes to sleep too.
I will look around for something ballpark Merrick size.
Yeah. I would
Oh, no,
offer
I'm-
Gregory, but I don't want to build another one.
Yeah, look, I'm gonna do the most wasteful thing I can at this level. I'm gonna use a second level spell and summon a small infant bear.
This is great.
And I'm going to put it there and just let the cub sleep. And try to sneak out.
I keep walking as a step away, as slowly as I can, but steadily moving away while still singing. I would just like us to get past this sleeping Yeti.
Merrick, I would like a sleight of hand to Indiana Jones switch you and this bear out.
Do I have advantage because I'm the thing?
Sure.
Yay.
Like, roll it up.
Oh, that might still be good anyway. Let's see. Oh, there we go. 20. Dirty 20.
All right. Dirty 20, you swap it out. And the spirit that you've asked to inhabit this bear looks at you incredulously as you slip away into the snow. From this sleeping mother Yeti.
Yep. I'll at some point or another I'll just sort of stop midway and go, wait, goddammit. Go up and I'm gonna grab Meat's tail and start trying to pull him.
All right. Come with you further down the chasm. And Dulcinea,
Yes.
in your night vision,
Uh-huh.
you see a root-covered opening
Okay.
in this cliff wall. Just ahead of you. About 25 feet ahead.
Could you ping it on the map, maybe?
Right here.
Oh, perfect. Oh, that seems obvious now that you pinged it. Is it like a cave opening, or does it look like a cave opening?
It's very dark on the inside, and it's difficult to see from this angle, but it does appear to be some kind of opening.
All right, I'll keep heading towards it. I'll point and slowly move towards it and tell everybody to be quiet.
All right. As you step closer towards it, all you hear is the echoing of the wind above. And as the opening becomes clear, you can see it only goes in about 6-7 feet. And then there's a round plating of expanse steel that bevels inward like the end of a trumpet to a small opening.
Does it look like we all could fit in it?
No, far too small. You'd be hard-pressed to drive an arm in there. But the edges are sheared and broken, jagged, like something has been separated. And you guys hear the pounding of feet through snow headed in your direction.
From which way?
From the east.
Okay.
How deep is the snow?
The snow is a little over ankle deep.
How high is the cavern wall?
The cavern wall is about 10 feet.
Trafer will quickly motion to everybody. You guys want to boost up? Maybe to run by us.
Yeah. Is that opening in the wall, is that like the size of the rod that we have?
The opening is bigger, but if you'd like to search the area, there might be a mechanism.
Oh.
It's the only other expanse steel that you've seen here.
If Schaefer's moving for us to start scaling, I will probably just fly up.
There is
Yeah,
a cacophonous wail echoes through the dark of the night and the wind. And the footprints get louder as two terrified yetis come into view, long strings of drool hanging from their fanged mouths. They run right past you.
Oh, shit.
I still have universal speech. Can I, so they can still understand me. I turn and ask, what is it?
Storm lives!
Storm lives?
The storm lives!
Oh, storm lives. I'll relay that with a shrug to the rest of my party.
Anything that I know about living weather?
It sounds insane, but you know of, like, various elementals and things. There's certainly creatures, like, immediately you think of, like, mephits, or, like, living clouds, or wind elementals. What are we talking here?
All right, well, if it's the storm that they're worried about, then up over the wall is probably not a good idea.
We gotta make a call back to the cart or figure out how to open this thing.
I'm going to rush over and see if I see any kind of opening for this rod to go to that's like expand steel.
Next to the area, you see a gear protruding.
Well, and I'm just gonna go for it. Make
All
new
right.
thing happen. Molotov cocktail theory.
This looks
All
like a
right.
big mechanism. Trafer will jump on there and I'll try to speed up the process.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm really strong, but I do appreciate the help
Extremely
for sure.
strong, but two extremely strong people will make it go fast.
Yeah, we're equally contributing to this process.
As you guys both start cranking it, Trafer, you see with your dark vision, where it becomes the narrowest, a small aperture begins to close. Close, sealing the tunnel.
Can we crank it the other way?
You certainly may.
Righty
Yeah.
tighty, lefty
It
loosey.
seems to be closing it. Let's try it the other way.
All right. You shift it the other way, and the aperture begins to open again.
Okay, great. Can we open it up big enough to fit through?
Unfortunately not. The structure of it doesn't change. The aperture just closes off the smallest entryway. But then you hear another scream coming from above.
Open it close! Wait! What is this?
And I would like all of you to make Constitution saving throws, please.
Well, I'm glad I saved my inspiration then. Yeah, I would like to use my inspiration because that was a nat 1.
Very well.
I don't know why
Maybe
it's
at
not
least suck a little less.
connecting to roll
Oh,
20.
great. That was a
There you go. I had to
4.
refresh mine too.
Oh, but I have unfailing inspiration. So this is fun. So even though I used that inspiration and it failed, it means I get to keep that inspiration and keep using it until it succeeds. So, like, I can't use it again for this time, but I get to hang on to it.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nat 20. I am so constitutional.
18 for Merrick.
16 for V.
Okay. So, those of you who succeeded and got over 13 only take 12 psychic damage from the scream.
Ouch.
Remember, you have 10 hit points.
Dulcinea,
Mm-hmm.
your consciousness leaves you.
Oh, cool.
You drop to 0 hit points and fall unconscious.
Even with 10 hit points?
Even with temp hit points.
Okay.
You
So-
are night Dulcinea. And on that note, let's take a little break, shall we?
I guess lastly with this thing is I'm glad I'm not the artificer. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
I'm gonna
All
just
right.
take a little break.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I like to take this moment at the halfway point of the show to let you all know that I'm a very lucky Dark Overlord, and that I get to play Dungeons and Dragons with all these cool people here. And I would like them to tell you about the various things they do out there on the internet. And I'll now introduce them in reverse order of how I introduced them at the beginning, starting with V.
Hello, I'm V. I'm also Amelia Song. You can call me Mills if you ever see me or talk to me, I guess. You can find me. I usually tell people to go to my Twitter, but who knows how long that will exist for. So just go to links.ameliasom.com and whatever still exists will be on that site.
Whatever social media exists in our dark future, look for us there.
Whichever one isn't going to make me, start making me pay per tweet or some bullshit that Elon Musk's dreams about. I don't know.
All right. And next up, we've got Dulcinea.
Oh, hi. I play Dulcinea. My name's Arcady. Similarly to Mills, you can find me on Twitter for as long as Twitter is Twitter. It's Arcady Kashka. And you can find me other places under that too, like Instagram and Facebook. You can also find me here at the same times Wednesday night for our games Of Those Lost, which is starting to wrap up. So we're getting to probably the penultimate exciting bit. So that's very exciting. And also this week on Saturday, November 5th, you can find me over on Friends Who Roll Dice, playing in their 24-hour charity one-shot for Extra Life. I'm playing in Epilion. We're playing some baby dragons. My time slot is very reasonable. It's 3 p.m. Eastern time, so you don't have to stay up till 3 in the morning to catch me. You can just tune in a nice afternoon and watch me play tiny baby dragons in a big scary dragon world. I'm gonna play a really occult seer type dragon whose main power is empathy. Little psychic empathy dragon.
What's the name of the game?
Epilion.
Yes.
I don't know, you'll just have to tune in Saturday to see how it plays.
Yes, Merrick? You have a question?
I have to be up at 3 in the morning to watch you.
I'm very sorry. You don't have to. You are forgiven.
Just
That's what you get for being on the other side of the world.
Yeah, right? Weird.
Yeah, and it's also hard because he has to turn his computer screen upside down so
Exactly.
your image
yeah,
is
you know.
away.
Well, no. I've actually got my chair glued to the ceiling.
Oh,
at the
that's
moment.
nice.
Yeah,
Clever.
it's
So
a,
you can't see his
Series of buckles.
hair.
yeah. So you just can't see my hair, just sort of if I just see, it's just it's blurred out.
Just like
So,
that.
Yeah, strategically, yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of which, Merrick, tell us about yourself.
Hi guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. I have a Twitch channel. Go check it out. I do stuff there. I have Patreon games. We run D20 games as well as non-D20 games. We hang out with a whole bunch of cool content creators and do random events because it's a lot of fun to hang out with people who are really passionate about TTRPGs. I also work a lot with kids and people with mental health problems because RPGs are an awesome healing tool for people. So if you are looking at getting into TTRPGs and stuff like that, please go check out all of my really cool things. Also, I'm a cast member on a bunch of different shows because people are really cool and they seem to want me for some reason. So I'm hanging out here on the Mercs of Mischief channel, not only for this show, but if you want to check out something else I did fun for them, we did PD&D, Everheart PD&D, which is a podcast that was run by me and featuring, of course, our delightful Trafer here, where we did a buddy cop comedy podcast where an odd couple of characters go into the woods and live a small country life because that's what we did with paladins. Then in addition, I also did what was my Through the Breach series called? It was called London Falls. That's right. You can go check out London Falls on their YouTube channel as well. I'm also a proud member of the Careful Cantrip team. Over there, I play a nightmare-wielding character named Basil. And on Quincy's Tavern, I'm a member of the Tavern Guard and often frequent that over on Quincy's Tavern at Twitch. On Twitch. This week, I will be there playing and reprising a character from my very first appearance online, a giant minotaur hexblade warlock named Mutaru, who is a kabuki dancer. So he's very Japanese inspired, and I greatly approve this message. Oh, and Friday I'll be on Robert Hartley's channel playing my first level 20 D&D character for his birthday thing, and I'm playing the role of Atlas, a thought experiment that has taken the form of a level 20 character to see what happens. Basically, it's what happens when you can't deal damage to a PC.
Amazing.
And that is all my stuff.
Thank you very much.
Salad.
I almost called you Bevan. Trafer.
Hi,
We call him Devin?
No,
I'm
I did call him
Jonathan.
Devin on one of the tweets this week.
You totally did. You totally did.
I didn't catch it until like later. I was like, shit. Fucking
Hi, I'm
autocorrect.
Jonathan. He haven't played Trafer. Also, he have. And on Mondays or Wednesdays, on Wednesdays, I play Bevan, the Tiefling Ranger, over in the campaign of those lost, which else knows.
Resident sad boy.
Yeah, wasn't the plan, but then do. Anyways, yeah. So come check that out. Come check out the things we do here, where I push the buttons, I make the things move around the screen. I change the colors. It's good fun, and I do some other stuff, but everything else is kind of on the back burner, on hiatus for the moment. So just stick around here. I think is really
Day 2. All right. And guys, it's me. It's Puck. I'm not actually a necromancer. I
What?
speak Spanish.
Oh, damn.
But,
When you the
I'm
whole
gonna need a
time?
sec to process this.
it's,
Just
I just want to remind everybody that we've got these amazing coins here, and you can tip us and give coins to these people. Like, say, if a character happens to have all of the life drained out of them and fall unconscious, and they need a little bit of help, you guys can assist them. And I'm not going to say that that's not going to happen again, but it might happen again. And I'm just going to put that out there. And, if you give them 5 coins, if they gain 5 coins, they can use a cutscene, a little flashback that will allow them to find success in whatever task they're doing. They'll reach back to a previous experience that will allow them to find success in whatever task they're currently trying to accomplish. And they get that by using up 5 coins. Now, there's also the chaos meter, and that's a little treat for Puck. You fill that up, and then I get to do something fun with it, something interesting. I get to reach deep into my bag of tricks and throw away silly things like party survivability and all that kind of stuff, and just have fun. Just make something cool and devious and lay it all out for our party members here, and you can assist with that. Besides that, you can see me all over the channel. I'm Puck. I'm the guy behind the darkened mask. Anyways.
Wait a second.
Let's get back into it.
Wait a
what happened?
second. 2 weeks ago, we got a $100 tip.
Yep.
There's 4 coins for everyone. We didn't all spend those, did we?
I
No.
have not spent a coin.
No, you
I
guys
didn't
didn't.
think so.
wow,
These
could I have
coin
not
coins are off.
spectacularly just died if I had known that 15 minutes
Coins
ago?
are off.
I would like to spend my coins to make sure that Dulcinea dies.
We all,
I would like to spend mine to make sure Merrick comes with me.
we all
Damn it.
we don't all have 1 coin right now. We each have 5 coins right now.
Oh, well then. That'll come in handy for what happens next.
Do we get bonuses if we flashback within a flashback?
Yeah, how can we inception this?
Look, if you guys get to 10 and want to double up flashbacks for multiple successes, we'll talk about that when we get to it.
I flashed back to last night when Merrick and I were talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, did you
a
remember?
story about something he did?
You
Oh, yeah,
think
I
that's
was-
bad? What about the time that I was gonna do a Family Guy flashback?
No.
All right, back into it. When last we left our heroes, they had discovered an unusual opening in a chasm while they were seeking shelter from the snow and the wind. And a horrible wail has echoed out into the frozen sky, which has caused all the life to drain from Dulcinea and for her to collapse into the snow. And as she does, a flowing white form descends from the cliff face, and slowly others appear into view around you. These ghostly spectral forms of women in long white dresses, their faces rotted and marred with grief and sorrow as they lurk around you. Initiatives, please.
Oh, just like the cities.
Oof. 8.
7. I'm dead though, anyways, which is cool. I do genuinely believe you're not a good bard until you've died stupidly at least once. So I
least
have
once.
officially made it now. Like, this is great. I'm just gonna take a little nap.
That is an 18.
All right.
I did it.
18 for Merrick.
I got a 10. I was trying to see if it would. I don't know why it doesn't want to work with Roll20 today, but I got a 10.
Very well. He is a 10. Oh, you got it in the second one.
Okay, well.
All right. And that's all those. Let's see how these creatures do on their initiative. Oh, much better.
Mm.
Much better for some of them. Descending. All right. The first creature descends from the cliff top and comes up to you, Trafer, and reaches out with a ghostly hand, grasping at you. Corrupting touch. That is a 6. Does that break your AC?
Not
Trevor?
quite.
No? Okay,
No.
good. Thank goodness. I'm glad you're okay. Merrick.
Okay, so I am far too close to two of these things.
Go get some battle music.
All right,
Oh, I wanted to keep the ghostly music.
5.
Okay, or don't. Keep
10.
the music. It's okay.
I'll keep it snowy. This is a dark
15.
battle with spectral beings.
20.
Oh, you're going over there. All right.
Look. I'm going to have Marek move over here.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to use Dulcinea's healing potion on them. And you know, I do that thing that, you know, like you swirl it so it just goes straight down.
Yeah,
Oh, for
yeah,
sure.
vortex.
Yeah, do the little vortex and then straight into a gullet.
Wake up, boss.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and banshees.
Hey, Dulcinea, look, I quit. No. Okay, so move action, standard action to do that thing. Bonus action. What do I do with my bonus action? My bonus action, I will Hunter's Mark Banshee number 3.
All right. Hunter's mark is placed.
Did
There's
you
a red dot.
did you heal me any, or did you just stabilize
I used your healing potion, so whatever that restored.
the giant one?
Um,
Ointment? because that's the only healing potion I think I got.
That one. Yep.
All right,
Sure.
then you
It's in
would have
your
just
mouth.
like rubbed it on her.
In her mouth. I did not stutter.
All right.
It tastes awful, but you're awake.
2d8 plus 2. Let's go. That's not bad. That's a 14 plus 2, 16.
That's health.
Let's not die.
Okay. But then I'm going to also have Meat run over, and I'm going to have Meat help Trafer.
All right.
So Meat is going to try and bite Banshee. He does not. Damn it, Meat.
No, that
He
does
gets
not quite do it.
Gets a 10. He's a good boy. All right. Done and done.
All right. Shay runs over to help Dulcinea.
Back off. I won these brownie points.
Yeah, I like wake up and hear you say I quit, and I'm like, yeah, me too.
And Shay heals Dulcinea for a further 7 hit points.
Nice.
Because, dropping to 0 is precipitous.
Really, this is pretty bad. Like, I still look not great, but it's better than dead.
It is better than dead.
Most
Actually,
things are.
Mhm.
I need to swap these two because I did them in the wrong order. We're just gonna do. All right, that's my bad. Okay, so one, now that it is marked, goes up here, and its face distorts into a horrifying expression. Its flesh melting from its bones and descended scream, and it uses horrifying visage on you all.
And we get advantage on these, right?
I don't know if
Uh,
it disappears when I die. Let me quickly read if motivational speech disappears if I die. It might not, because it's not concentration.
No, I believe you guys just have it.
Yeah,
We're still motivated. If
You
anything,
guys
your
are still
death rallies
motivated.
us.
exactly.
We remember all the cool things that she said while she was alive.
Is wisdom?
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right. Dulcinea is unaffected.
I've seen death. I'm not scared.
Drafer, you're afraid.
Yeah, I am.
I got a 19.
You are unafraid. Merrick?
Marek got a 13.
Merrick, you are also unafraid.
Oh, thank God. But I beg to differ. I think I am quite afraid, thank you.
Okay, well, I mean, you're not affected by the fear effect specifically.
Right.
So, there's that. This Banshee runs up and reaches its corrupting hand to you, V. Join us in death. 16.
Misses.
All right, then.
I'm actually under contract right now. So,
V, it is your turn.
okay. I am going to stab with Frederick.
All right. Give me a good Frederick stab.
24.
24 is a hit.
Okay. And that is 13 Frederick damage.
It shrieks and recoils where you slash it, peeling like it was singed by fire, like its form is parchment burning away. And Frederick, their anguish, I feel it. They were betrayed.
Ooh. Interesting. See if you can get more as I get ready to stab again. But no, this turn. I'm not level 5. Where's Gregory, my steel defender?
Good point. Let me get a Gregory out here. You like Transformers out. Steel Defender. I'm sorry, it looks like a dog, but that's the only token they give me.
Amazing. No notes.
All right, there we go.
Okay, Gregory's also going to bite at this very sad woman.
Very well.
18.
18 is a hit.
And that is 4 damage. Good job, Gregory. I don't
Nice
care if you
work.
rolled a 1. You're so
It still
cute.
counts. It still counts.
It's still damage.
It's just a little
That's
bitty bit
still
cute damage.
Yeah, and Gregory just comes and just kind of starts biting at the ankles or like the ghostly area that would be an ankle of the banshee while I just get out.
It shrieks at this construct and attempts to use its horrifying visage on Gregory, but he's just unaffected. I cannot see this one.
Gregory see better than I can in the dark. That's so unfair.
The banshee is quite disturbed by this construct. Traver.
All right. Well, yeah. Finally, I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
And God
I
damn,
believe rage removes fear.
does it? Okay. Cool. That's good. That's a good thing. I don't have anything magical damage. Fuck it. I axe Banshee 3 a question. I'm going to just full on like I'm gonna say for narrative reasons this is probably reckless.
Okay.
So yeah, I will recklessly attack the Banshee number 3.
He's just baseball swinging at this thing that's on next to the wall. The hell, man! These aren't like the kind of ghosts that I'm cool with. I've seen other kind of ghosts. These aren't like my kind of ghosts.
As my kind of ghosts actually like pop out. It's a 26.
26 is a hit.
Okay, so there's. Well, actually, wait, hold on. Let me roll again just to see if I get. Oh wait, I did get a crit. Oh, never mind. That's a crit.
All right.
Nat 20 for 28. So that is.
Goddamn.
Yeah. That is 31 slashing damage.
All right. A small swirl of flame encircles the blade of your axe as you make your swing, emanating from the gem. It's small, like a thread, and it just loops around it like a wire as you make the swing.
Oh hell yeah!
He swings again. Just like now, as he like the first time it comes through and it actually does something to his surprise, he like
Add a
squares.
d4 of fire. Add a d4 of fire.
Nice.
It used to be more, but
I used a little bit to talk to a robot.
yeah,
enough.
you juiced it.
So he like tightens up the grip and takes the swing backhanded at it for a 27.
Ooh.
27 is also a good hit.
Which will do a good 17 slashing damage plus a d4. A 2. 19. Yeah, 17
As
slashing,
you-
2 fire.
As you slash through with your axe, the same kind of like burning parchment, they seem to be seared away, and she screams as she rises up into the sky, as though somebody has just thrown a burnt lantern up in the air,
Oh hell yeah! Fireworks, guys!
discorporating. All right. Snare.
Yeah, I like stand up, dust the snow off of me. Seen worse, I say as I move very far away. And the seen worse is going to be an unsettling words at Banshee number 1. So they need to take a minus 1d8 on their next saving throw, which is going to be Dissonant Whispers, cast at level 2.
All right.
So they need to make a wisdom saving throw at disadvantage.
Very well. 1 disadvantage wisdom saving throw. Boop, boop.
Damn it.
That's 17 both times.
What happens on success? They take half damage.
All right.
So whatever half of 13 is.
Very well. Turns to you. Its grim visage twisting into a maniacal sneer. Merrick.
As it turns to face Dulcinea, I'm going to shoot her in the side of her head while she's not looking.
Blammo!
Look, I am not a brave man. All right, first attack is that's a 12.
No, not quite.
That's okay, because I'm going to use extra attack. Wait, can I do a flashback?
Absolutely, you may.
Yeah, I'm going to use one of these coiny coins and be like, as Marek's bullet flies and just passes just behind the head of the Banshee, we return to a scene. It's in the Scale Lands where Marek is there with like a bow and arrow. He's like maybe at the age of like 3 years old, which for a goblin is like kind of like early teens. Holding up a bow and arrow, he aims at what looks to be a series of like really crummy tin cans, and as he keeps shooting them, he's like trying to aim as hard as he can, but can't seem to get it to work. He kind of throws down his bow in frustration, and as he does so, a little tiny like wormling meat is just sort of like following Marek. And as he sort of sits down, he kind of plumps himself down. He kind of looks out into like the craggy lands of the Scale Lands. He picks up a bit of jerky, kind of bites a piece off. Meat kind of looks at him like hungry and expectant, and Marek sort of shuffles over and kind of continues to eat the jerky, only to have Meat run around and look him in the face again, tears off a piece and gives it to Meat. And as that happens, a huge gust of wind blows Marek's little tiny hat off. And this one wasn't a cowboy hat. This was like kind of like a sun hat kind of thing. And it flies up into the air, and Marek kind of reaches up to it to try and grab at it, but it's already gone and taken. You watch as it kind of swirls and dances in the sky above Marek. He then stops and has an epiphany. He runs back and picks up his bow and picks up the arrow. He notches it again, except this time, as we return to the scene in the canyon, the bullet flies past behind the Banshee's head and goes up and over the actual chasm. And as it hits the wind, the bullet is suddenly curved in almost a 180-degree angle and comes in from the top of the Banshee's skull as it...
Very well.
Yeah.
Let me see damage, sir.
Sweet. Okay, so I am going to deal... that is... 23 raw damage.
All right.
Plus 3 from Fury of the Small, putting it to 26.
Okay.
Plus 1d6 from the Hunter's Mark, and 1d6 from a reaction I'm going to be using with Meat to set the bullet on fire.
Okie dokie.
For an extra 5 points of damage on that.
All right.
So that is 31 damage.
Blasts through a big gaping spectral hole in the creature's head, and it slowly starts to like meld back together and reform as it hangs its head over, its movement slowed. This devastating blow done by your rifle.
And then as that happens, Marek sort of like squints his eyes, and I'm going to do an extra attack. And kind of in one hand, sort of flipping it backwards, I'm going to try and, again, like sort of like get that second shot with like that little bit of extra inertia from the swing.
All right.
That is a 22 to hit.
22 is a good hit.
All right. That is 11 points of raw damage,
All right.
plus 2 points of Hunter's Mark.
All right.
And you know what? Screw it. Let's give it an extra 3. Let's put some spice on that. So that is 16 points of damage from the second attack.
Okay. 16 points of damage. Let's blast another hole in this creature, and it lingers there, still floating. Not quite.
Very well.
yet.
And then I will, I will finally do a high-pitched whistle as Meat will step forward. And Meat will attempt to kerchompy chomp.
All right.
Meat gets a 14 to hit.
14's a good hit. Take us home, Meat.
All right. Meat deals 9 points of damage.
All right. 9 points of damage are dealt. And it is discorporated. Flies away like tattered paper.
All right.
Shay is going to line up a crossbow shot against the last remaining Banshee. Man, I gotta stay there for the roll. All right, and she hits him.
All right.
5 damage. All right. Now it's the Banshee's turn. And this one lets loose its terrible whale. I need Constitution saving throws from everyone within 30 feet of it, which apparently doesn't count Dulcinea this time.
Once is enough. It's everybody else.
All right. That is an 11.
All right.
30, 20.
We got 11 for Merrick, 20 for Trafer. V,
16.
16. Okay. And Shay. Shay with a 19. All right. Merrick falls unconscious.
Well, I mean, we've got a bunch of coins, right?
Oh, you just used 5.
How many do I have left?
None.
None.
Damn. Okay, very well.
Just
Your friends could give you some if they want, but also everyone else takes 3d6 of psychic damage.
Actually,
Yep.
Spirit Shield is a new part of my my rage thing situation going on.
Repertoire.
Yeah, so you can reduce that damage by 10.
10. 3 damage for Trafer.
No, everybody within 30 feet of me.
Oh! 3
They're just like,
damage
"Come
for
on,
Shay,
straight out."
V, and Trafer.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, but I get brought to 0, so that's not going to help.
Yeah, you get brought to 0.
But
It's,
not
yours
me.
isn't necessarily a number of damage, it's just like you go to 0 now.
I actually take the full 13.
Alright.
You guys only take.
Oh, you save everyone forsaking yourself. Well done.
No, it's my my grandparents' ghosts come out, and each of them like goes up to one of you, and they're like, "No, it's all right. Don't listen." I'm like,
No, it's They put their hands over your ears.
or they just set a comforting hand on your shoulder.
Well,
Alright. The echoing wail cascades through the night sky as we go to V's turn.
am going to take Frederick in a flourish and just slash up through the Banshee, noticing that my teammates have gotten all of theirs like done pretty quick. I feel like I need to step it up a bit.
All right.
Okay, I think that's a dirty 20.
That is a good hit.
And that is 11 damage.
All right. 11 damage.
Still up.
Still up.
I am going to action surge and do that again.
Very well.
And I might not hit with a 12.
No, not quite.
Just kidding.
What?
I'm not gonna do that. I go through once and I go like to swing down. And I think the wind kind of blows my arm a little bit out of the way, and I try and shake it off so no one saw that. Sensing my distress at that missed attack, I think Gregory is going to go ahead and take his turn.
Very well.
Gregory hits. Gregory rolled very well.
Gregory hits real good.
Gregory hits so good. Oh, and rolls well. 10 damage from Gregory.
Damn, Gregory.
Damn, Greg.
All right. And this one slowly begins to discorporate as well. And you hear Frederick. They died recently. I can feel their anguish.
Team.
Cool.
The screams begin to echo from this aperture.
Yeah, I run directly over to that thing and close it.
The mechanism begins to lock up, and you're having difficulty closing it. Make an athletics check, please.
Slam a cure wounds on Merrick. Take your 7 healing and stop dying.
Am I still in the
Thanks,
rage?
buddy. Got your back.
Can I still be in a rage for one round
Oh, absolutely.
on this athletic check? I feel like this all happened very fast. All right, great.
You need some help,
I'll take
Trafer.
that 20.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
He is just. It looks like it's about to snap.
Yeah, the bar is bending, but you're closing the aperture. And as you start to close the aperture, you can see these white spectral hands start coming through and clawing their way out.
No,
And
no.
Trafer, next to you, seemingly incorporating from the snow, is the visage of an elven woman. And she looks you in the eye as you pull on the bar. And you recognize her. You buried her last night. She leans in close to you. Beware the Black Mercy. And dives into the aperture, pushing back the other spirits as you seal it shut.
Okay. Anyone,
You okay?
is anyone else? Yeah. Did you see that? You guys see that? You guys see soldier buried? Anyone see that?
Did we?
V, you would have seen it being right there. I think everybody else was busy saving Merrick.
I didn't quite catch what she said. It looked like
Said
something.
the Black Mercy.
Hmm.
Beware the Black Mercy.
Yeah, I could have told you that one.
You know, Frederick said that these souls had died recently. They were in a lot of pain.
What's the Black Mercy?
Who is the Black Mercy? A frontier knight. One of Saskatoon's worst.
Oh. I'm guessing that's who killed her.
Yeah, probably. Really righteous zealoty type, too. Was causing trouble back at the last town. They're the ones who tried to take over.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh shit.
The
I think
night
that's whose heels were on.
quiets.
Possibly. Maybe.
It's crazy, man. This is crazy, man. You almost died. Both of you guys almost died.
I high-five Merrick.
Like, so, from here, what's the plan, boss?
Still got the map.
I still gotta wait for the wind to ride out.
But I think we cleared out this cavern pretty well. Am I still? Can I call to the Yeti who ran away in my universal speech? Hey, we cleared out the banshees and we saved your son. Would you like to be friends?
The mother Yeti comes tromping through the snow, pushes
damn it.
past everybody, and eagerly gathers Merrick up in her arms.
Marek very feebly tries to crawl away. He's still prone because he hasn't gotten back up yet, and he's just as soon as he hears her lumbering, he's like, no.
I think
Seems quite distressed that Merrick was injured.
I think it's safe to camp here for the night while the wind dies down.
Yeah, I think we should probably see if there's any more weird apertures further on. But
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea.
you want to take a breath first? You seem pretty shaken up.
Yeah, no, there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those look, I've seen a few ghosts. Those ones had something wrong with them.
Yeah, I can feel it.
They whatever killed them wasn't merciful.
I think that's what
Spike
happens to... do you think that's what happens to anything that's killed here? Where do you think that aperture leads?
Well, there's something about a network, right? She was talking to the big robot guy.
So you think they're getting sucked in to be some sort of necromantic battery?
I think they're refilling whatever it is to wake up this council, what have you. You know? I think but the one we buried last night, she wasn't all twisted up. She was like a regular ghost. So, yeah, my best guess is they're just restless. Seem mad about
So-
something. They're yelling a lot.
There's just more motivation to try not to die here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look. If we're gonna stay in here for a while, yeah, we should probably see what else we can close up.
You guys gonna take
Yeah.
a look around
Who
then?
wants to venture forth?
I'll go. I was pretty good. How are you two feeling, people who dropped to 0?
Does Shay have healing spells?
Shay
Or
has
healing
some
items.
They
healing spells.
used one at least. Or did something.
Shay has one healing spell. They have a few more spell slots they could use. They could do a second level cure wounds for both of you.
Or crazy thought, we could just rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Hey, Shay, I do think it's a good point to make sure there's no more like open ghost holes.
Yeah.
But
Can I talk to her?
if she wants to come with us, in case something happens, she can take it.
Oh, sure.
And Gregory can go out front since he can see better than I can.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get some info from our new Yeti friend because they
Alright.
might know the terrain better. She might know the terrain better.
And
So I'm
she's
gonna
like,
just flat out ask her.
oh, yes, I'd like to see if others have different markings on them or something.
All right.
Yeah, we'll venture in.
You
while
guys,
she has Yeti time.
as you enter the other side of this small canyon, you see the bodies of 3 Yeti strewn about in the snow.
Oh damn.
They look like they died.
They don't have any wounds on them. Their faces are frozen in horror. One of them is quite small.
I think the angry ghosts got him. Well,
Yeah.
I have another gift for you, Wielder.
Oh. I'm listening.
You feel yourself become lighter, V. And your hands and body are almost see-through.
Are you making me a ghost?
We can move through the solid.
hey V, do you think we should tell? Hold!
You just see me sink lower into the ground.
V, no, V, what happened? Oh, guys!
And then
you turned me
I
into
come
a
back
ghost.
up immediately after.
Trafer starts digging around in the snow underneath her, looking for her body.
There's not even like an indentation in the snow. I don't know where she. I lost her.
I come back out.
No, don't go too far. Don't go too far. We'll get you back. We'll get you back.
No, I'm not dead.
What?
I'm not dead.
Okay. Are you sure?
You're able to put your hand through V.
Sorry.
No, it's
No.
yeah. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, it's fine. Like, don't do it again. But like, it's fine.
I didn't.
But yeah,
I kind of thought you
We
were
were-
gonna put a hand out, and then it would like your hand would push against mine because you're here, but like not.
it's like the blue skin thing,
Right. Oh.
Frederick thing.
Oh, it's a sword thing.
It's a sword thing. Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
not like another curse. What could be a curse? I guess I don't really know, but business as usual.
Yeah, no, as usual as it's been since around that thing.
Jay taking notes, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Just like, oh. V is transparent.
Hey, you guys, V's a ghost, but she's not dead. It's a sword thing.
This will not last long. We must take advantage of it as you wish.
Now.
There's not much time.
I have an idea, but I don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea. I actually do know it's a bad idea, but I want to do it.
Okay. What do I tell your boss?
Dulcinea? Don't tell Dulcinea. I can see what's on the other side of the aperture.
Okay. What if it like sucks you up though?
That's the bad idea part.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna do that. It did look like this other ghost didn't really get sucked in, like she had to dive in to push the other ones back and help us out there. So maybe not, but maybe.
I think as long as I don't recorporealize inside of it,
Mhm.
I can probably figure it out.
All right. Good luck, I guess.
I'll run it by the boss.
It's probably not a bad idea. Let's get a few more opinions on this.
Yeah.
Let's get a second opinion on this
sort of a big lead.
travel through the ghost aperture idea.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, Dulcinea.
Oh yeah, 1 second to the Yeti.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, B?
So, since I'm a ghost right now, I was thinking I could go through the little ghost store and just see what's going on there, because the ghost thing isn't going to last very long.
Weren't there a bunch of weird ghosts that just attacked us in there?
Yeah, but I'll also be a ghost, so I don't think they can do anything.
This seems like a bad idea, but also you usually know what you're doing. So if you think it's an okay idea, it's probably an okay idea.
V wants to say something and then doesn't because it does not help her case. I will be back. So, Frederick, how long do you think we have?
A few minutes at most. I will warn you when the power is near to be expended.
Okay, well, if you can warn me at the halfway mark, that way I can come back.
Very well, Wielder.
All right. Okay, if I'm not back in, I don't know, 10 minutes, I'm probably dead or worse.
Okay. Go team.
Yeah. Neat.
All right. V zooms into the aperture. Meanwhile, Dulcinea, what are you asking this Yeti?
Hi.
Sweet boy.
Yeah, he really is. Are there any other things like those face melt things that might come hurt your sweet boy?
The angry storm came when the small ones came.
Small ones? Like, and can I describe what Frontier Knight usually look like with their appearances?
No. They look like you, hairless Yeti.
But isn't that what the Frontier Knight look like too?
Kind of, but they, as you describe the regalia, they don't seem to respond to that. You think this might have been like another expedition crew.
But are there anything that naturally are around here?
No. Nothing bothers us.
Right.
It's a dark day for the Yeti.
I'm very sorry. Is there anything we can do to help?
Do we understand Dulcinea speak? It's everybody can understand you, right? Or are you speaking?
I
in
have
their language?
select, and it's
Are you speaking?
yeah,
Oh, so you're speaking.
yeah. I'm just speaking to him. He can understand, or it's like he can understand me. You can probably understand me, but he can understand. But like, yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think she's making progress?
Over to Merrick.
I'm still embraced by this giant Yeti, and I'm just like trying not to alert the Yeti to the fact that I'm a goblin. So I'm just gonna just look at you and just shake my head.
Oh, I love this setup. We will go. The city of ice is no longer safe.
City of Ice.
You are almost there. Follow the path.
Does that like seem to match up with any place I've seen on the map?
Yes, the first one, Sorrow.
Okay. All right. Well, you said the monsters weren't caused by the knights, but have you seen those knights? And I specifically describe what Black Mercy looks like.
Yes. They carried burning torches, strong flames, The troops stayed far off. There was a darkness there.
Did they go to the City of Ice as well?
Yes, they traveled in that direction. There were others who came down from the north. They did not make it. The City of Ice has them.
Why is it called the City of Ice? I mean, isn't everywhere a City of Ice here?
This is different. No snow. Hard and frozen. Ever frozen. No sunlight. No summer sun. Nothing changes the City of Ice.
You've been very helpful. I just have one more question, and then you can get back to caring for your little one. The wink at Merrick. Do you know what that is? And I point to the giant aperture that V presumably is like in the process of going into.
The small ones were messing with it. That's why we killed them. They caused the angry storm to come.
Alright, so I'm gonna tactfully ignore and not tell her that we're messing with it too. And just say, well, thank you very much. I'm very sorry for your losses today.
I have a new little one.
That you do. He looks real scrappy.
He squirms too much. Starts rocking him some more.
Yeah, and I'll wander away from the Yeti and go just kind of take a look at what V is doing from a distance.
All right. V, you enter the aperture. And at once, you feel as though 1,000 claws are trying to pull you deeper in. But they cannot grasp you. They just slide off over and over again. You can hear the wailing, the same cacophony, traveling down this place. How far down do you follow it?
I think I'd keep going until I get the halfway mark from Frederick.
All right. You move with incredible speed. Though these claws cannot grasp you, they seem to pull you along.
I'll cast Expeditious Retreat on myself.
All right, then. Even faster.
Yeah.
Zooming through these spirit pipes.
Zoomies.
The zoomies. You take a sharp turn to the east. And you notice, as you can see through, several other conduits of expanse steel of varying sizes. You can hear the wails of other spirits being pulled through these. As you go further east, you pass over enormous chambers filled with sarcophagi. A giant cavernous underground complex with various square platforms interspaced from each other in a thatched pattern. Huge pillars descending into deep darkness. Enormous statues of skeletal figures holding scythes and blades, some clutching spellcasting focuses and orbs. Like an expansive city deep underground. You hear Frederick, "We should stop here. Something is pulling us. I feel it. It is hungry."
There's like just a tiny part of V that is so curious about what lies beyond that is overshadowed by the rest of V who is like, yeah, you do not have to tell me twice. And I will head back because when your spooky sword tells you to stop, you do.
All right. you head back and you feel yourself kind of jettisoned in full corporeal form from the aperture as the enchantment ends on you immediately as you exit.
Yeah, it's that like I don't know. I feel like I've seen it with like Tinkerbell or something where she gets like thrown out of something and is like kind of tumbling in the air and then catches themselves and
Just like,
right? Yeah, but like I don't fall on the ground because I got
yeah.
the wings.
Yeah, you just stop with the wings and you like float back. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
I'm not dead.
Hey,
Good.
it's a win. Unless,
I go over to Merrick's bag and grab a piece of garlic bread and throw it at her.
I catch the garlic bread and I start eating it.
okay.
Oh, I'm gonna need like a sleight of hand check or something.
Yeah, that's true. If I roll high enough, can I catch it in my mouth?
I'll tell you what. You can do a sleight of hand, or you can do a dex save.
I'll keep it. I already rolled sleight of hand.
Okay,
It's the same
that
modifier.
All right, with a 14, I think that's enough for you to catch it.
Yeah, I catch it with my hand. Yeah, I'll just catch it. I'll tear off a piece. I'm not gonna eat the whole garlic bread because we have a finite amount, but I'll just tear off a tiny piece to like toss it back.
Not over at Merrick.
Yeah. Do you want to ask me any weird questions about like?
Merrick still being cradled by a yeti while everybody just goes about their business.
Also, I imagine you took it from my backpack, which is not on Marek while he's being hugged. So Marek's just sitting there going, "Get out of my things."
Oh yeah, no, he 100% opened up your backpack. You were there, insight and concern.
Couldn't do anything about it.
Do you need to ask me any weird questions about crows cawing before the third sun rises?
No, I think it's good. It doesn't like a doppelganger. So yeah, what the hell was
Good
in there?
doppelganger. Well, so it felt incredibly uncomfortable. There are thousands upon thousands of, I think, souls in there. I think because I wasn't dead, they couldn't quite make purchase, but they were trying to pull me deeper. It extends to the east, which makes sense if everything is going toward that city. Large conduits of expanse steel. There were chambers with sarcophagi. There were large caverns, huge statues depicting mages and fighters, and practically an entire underground city that's been dormant aside from the wailing torment of all of the souls.
Did you see any of the markings like on the golem? The sort of undying.
Did I notice any of that?
It was difficult to tell at the distance. While you were able to see through things, it was still quite dark. You were only able to make out the shapes and the structures.
I didn't really get a close enough look, and I turned back while that was still an option.
Yeah. I wonder if that's well, this has got to be undying necromancy stuff, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, like 100%.
Oh, all of the statues of... Sorry, there's a train.
Hear it.
All of the statues of mages and things were, they were all skeletons, so...
Okay. Well, yeah. So that because for a minute I was like, oh, maybe this is like a lost city of the people who got ruined by the undead. But I mean, no, giant skeleton statues seems pretty.
Oh, no, it is for sure a necropolis.
Got it. Okay. Cool. Neat. Awesome. Oof. Right. Well, I don't know about you, but I could use a rest. Do we have kind of an exit strategy for Merrick here?
Do another lullaby, sneak out in the morning. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's safest here through the night. So yeah, not immediate exit strategy, but
I can summon another bear.
yeah.
As the night drags on, the the Yeti hears the groans in the distance of the rest of her kin, stands up, and, like, with hands under the armpits, sets Merrick down on the ground and pats his head. Dulcinea, do you still have your spell active?
I do not. It only lasts a certain amount of time, so I'm sure it's out now. But I'm waving friendly.
She grunts and purrs some things to you, Merrick, and then winces as she snaps off a portion of her horn and hands it off to you.
I will take the horn. I will keep it, but I will put it on my head to make it look like I have a horn, because I don't have them.
And she runs off into the blowing snow.
Ah.
As we all settle down, I tell them the little bit of information I got about the City of Ice. And it seems to match up with Sorrow on the map. And it seems to be where the Frontier Knights, led by Black Mercy, have gone to. None of it sounds good, but that does seem to be our path.
It makes sense. Everything we have learned about this land has been more awful than the last. So it's good.
Yeah, no, this is
You know, and I'm only bringing... Oh, go on.
No, that's it.
Oh, I was gonna say, you know, look, far be it from me to you know, like, undermine this expedition. You know, my job is to get you there and back. You know, that's kind of it. But, like, you guys have, I mean, us, I mean, not me specifically, because I could give a shit, but, you know, we have found information about the Treasured Expanse that would easily set most, if not all of us up for life here. You know, the reward for this race here, I mean, at this point in time, it's gonna pale into comparison for the information we've already gathered. I mean, do we need to be continuing to run straight towards death?
I mean,
knowing what we know now?
We just had this conversation yesterday at the Dragon's Mouth.
Yeah,
What's
here's-
changed
but-
between now and then?
Well, I mean, more information now. I mean, we've not only got evidence, we've got proof, we've got you know, clear evidence that the dead are still here, you know, trapped underground through these little conduit thingies, whatever they're called. And we even have one of the mechanisms to open the doors.
Here's my concern.
I mean, that'll...
You can finish. Sorry.
Oh, he was gonna say, I mean, look, we could happily sell it to the people of the place that I'm from, which I have written down here. The Melangar. You could sell that little doorway to the dead to the people of Melangar and get a fortune. That's the difference.
Sure. Here's my concern. So, the Black Mercy, right? Their behavior isn't really indicative of someone surviving so much as on some kind of warpath. And you gotta wonder, they've been around here for a bit, if they've fallen under the influence of some of the things that we've encountered, or something similar. So, I guess what I'm getting at is, if we're dealing with an end-of-the-world type situation, or a potential end-of-the-world type situation, with the Black Melangar trying to wake up this Undying Council. Remember, they're called the Undying Council. So not really someone I think Melangar or any of our people really want to go to war with in the long run, ideally. You know? So Just saying, maybe it'll be a good idea to prevent that, so that you can spend whatever reward you get from selling whatever we find. Because if there's
Well,
no,
I mean,
you know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, I get that, but I mean, I just kind of figured that like they'd be more like the people of Melangoth, for example, might be more suited to dealing with that level or that scale of thing. You know what I mean?
I don't know if there's time for that. By the time we get back to the old country, whoever's trying to get there is going to be there, and whatever they're trying to do, they're going to get done. So I know, not really what you signed up for. Not really what any of y'all signed up for, but we kind of have a general duty and moral obligation, I think, at this point, to lock shit down as best we can.
Yeah, but if we die here, ain't no one gonna know what's gonna hit them.
And if we get beaten, there's a good chance that it's gonna pop off. Nobody's gonna know it's gonna hit them either. Like, you get, at this point, it's gonna take longer to get back than it took to get out here, right?
Also, if we stop here, no one's going to know what happens next. And let's face it, all of our countries decided to send us here. So if we don't make it, I don't know who will.
If we can get some kind of messages back, I'm all down for calling in reinforcements, reporting back all the information that is relevant. But, like, again, the Royal Reliquary Society, like the people I work for and the people I grew up around, our whole jam is just sort of making sure nobody blows up the world with magic. So, look, y'all can do what you gotta do, but I wasn't expecting this either. However, it seems I'm now very much in my job description, and I gotta see this through.
Dulcinea,
Yes.
you are preeminent diplomat.
Yes.
You know the inner workings of the relationships between the empires better than anyone here. Because you've been at those meetings. Make a history check.
Ooh. 3. Can I reroll that? I would like to use a point to reroll.
Yes, you may.
Oh my god, it's worse. It's now 1. I don't think there's anything I can do to make this better.
All right. With a 3, you don't have any specifics. But just looking at this, if it were to all of a sudden come to light to all of the empires that there was an ancient, powerful civilization that may or may not be dormant with advanced weapons and technology in this place, there would be another arms race between the empires.
I think I can square that knowledge with getting such a low score. By
Yep.
Mr. DM, I will tell you, at this point, I don't care.
Very well.
I know that knowledge and it is not relevant to me at the moment.
Very well.
But yeah, having that thought cross my mind, I have a job to do. Like Fee said, my country sent me here for a reason. I go forward. None of you have to go forward with me. You never have. If you want to turn back now, you can. I think there's some wisdom in getting a message back, if you would like to, Merrick. But I go forward, whether you go with me or not.
Marek takes a moment. If anyone else had said that, he'd already be boots on the ground heading back to town. But Dulcinea has time and time again stood by Marek in unexpected ways. Back at the town when he was kind of being undermined. Even that moment where Dulcinea herself, like, sort of brought up Marek's, like, leaving people behind. To the point where that relationship has come down to many opportunities where Dulcinea could have, like, turned on Marek for the way he was, but instead accepted his paranoia, his quirkiness, and Marek will take a quick moment, and I would like to cast my last summon beast. For the previous day, unless this is after the rest period.
Well, this is still before the rest period. You guys are just sitting
Okay.
down.
All right. I'm going to summon the spirit of basically just like an eagle or something super fast if I can, and I'll say it won't last long. It'll do for about an hour, but at the very least, an hour at full pace, it'll be able to leave a message at least a lot closer to that outpost than we are currently.
I instantly pull out pen and paper because I know I'm the one who could get a message faster because I have a contact with Renarius, and he is somebody who will reliably get a message. And yeah, I think I jot off everything I know and hand it to his eagle and give the eagle a description of Renarius Boulder Shoulder and trust that maybe this is like the stretch that this is like the furthest that my contact will possibly ever reach here, and like pray that it could get to Renarius and that he is a neutral party with the, what are they, Wizards Without
Empires.
Yes, they're without empires, and so I trust that they will use their discretion with the information about who gets it then.
Very well.
You will.
The eagle flies off into the snowy night with your message in hand, or in foot. Set down for the night. You are all able to make a long rest and sleep for the night.
And Shay says, I'm certainly not giving up the archaeological find of the Millennium. Sorry, Shay, you're coming with.
Absolutely, Shay's coming along too. In the night, further to the west, we descend upon two hillocks of snow cut into the smooth surface of the terrain. The clear indicator of this Drake-pulled cart. And stomping through the snow, the packed down area, that smooth path, are two bronze-colored metallic feet. There is a creak and a limp as some metal shards fall off. He's missing one arm. Frost is crusting over all of his joints and every section of him. But degrees Fahrenheit presses on eastward towards the expedition. And that's where we step out today.
No. No, thank you.
Thank you all for joining us today for a special Halloweeny episode of Last Light. We had some scary ghosts. We had some adorable yetis. I mean, you had to know the moment you guys talked about Merrick getting adopted by a Yeti. I was like, yeah.
That's exactly what
yeah,
was always the
Mechanics to make
plan.
it work. Come on.
We did. Yep.
It's too good of an image to just angry goblin. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much to my players for enjoying a little bit of a scary game with me tonight. Thank you so much to the audience for your support and your assistance. That allows our players to survive certain scenarios and the muddle through some things. Please give us the likes, the shares, the follows, and the subscribes, and all those cool things as we go. We can't do the show without you guys, so appreciate all the support we can get. And until next time, everyone, the council waits.
It's D&D, it's D&D, it's D&D, it's D&D. We all agreed to play some D&D. That means role-playing, fighting and slaying, solving puzzles, maybe it's just me. You guys won't? No, we won't. You guys just don't? No, we don't. Follow a single plotline through and through. I'm not complaining, but instead of gaming, you find the weirdest other things to do. There was adventure, but you guys wouldn't venture. Instead you said the mountains looked real nice. And we boarded a ship middle of winter. You went to the hinter, lands of permafrost and frozen ice. Then a storm beset us from every danger. You wizard, rogue, and ranger, and found perfect alley for your quest. In the lands of no man, you guys built